Hello and welcome back to another episode of the MiniBrute Cookbook tutorial series that I'm doing, where we go through the Arturia MiniBrute 2 cookbook and try out all the recipes, see how they taste, see which ones we like, see what we can do with them. Today's episode is the Garage Bass by J.B. Arthas. This is a modern and fat-sounding bass. In this sound, VCO2 is playing 3 octaves above VCO1. Carefully adjust VCO2 tune until you hear no beating between the oscillators. Increase the VCO1 metal amount knob to get a harsher tone. So this is kind of what I came up with. Something like that. May not be exactly what they were going for, but this I feel like this is pretty close. So let's get into it. As always, start from a neutral patch. So we'll undo everything. Gate loop. That's down, that's alone. That doesn't need to be that high. That's probably part of my problem right there. Why it didn't come through correctly. I'll turn the resonance down, RM to back neutral, that put all those back to there, that down, Hooray! Okay, cool. So, as always, we need to start with some sound. Because we have none right now. More or less. So, we're going to bring up that triangle, bring up a little bit of oscillator 2, open that cutoff so we can hear what the heck's happening. Whatever, it doesn't need to be tuned because we're going to detune it anyway. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take VCO1 and we're going to take it down an octave. And it doesn't need to be perfect because now we're going to take VCO2 and we're going to go up 2 octaves. I think. Supposed to be 3 octaves, so wait. Oh, so, okay, VCO2 needs to go up another octave. I'm sorry, that was only 1. Right? Okay, that's unison. No, that's unison. Oh, right, they're different. Hold on a minute. Okay, so because I put them both on square wave, or saw wave right now so we can properly hear which tone's which. So, okay, now they're at the same octave. So now VCO2 is 1 octave up. 2. 3 octaves up. That's why it sounded wrong to me, because I wasn't playing low enough yet. Okay, so, all right, now that we got the octaves more or less set, it's kind of hard to hear whether or not it's beating at that octave, right? So, you know, you just kind of have to do your best, use your best judgment, use your ears. You'll figure it out. That might not even be close enough, but that might be a little off. I don't hear it, but that's close enough. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add some glide. And you can hear the sound moving as that goes. Let me turn these back down and get that back into the... Oh, also the VCO2 is supposed to be a square wave. Which I'm not a big fan of, but when we engage the filter, the squareiness will kind of come off. So the last thing we want to do is add some metalizer and metal modulation to it. But the metal modulation is actually going to be affected by the ADSR. So we're going to take the output from the attack, decay, sustain, release envelope and put that into the metal modulation. But it's not actually going to do anything yet because we haven't engaged the ADSR envelope. So let's do that. But keeping in mind, the main reason for this envelope is actually for the filter. So we're going to turn the filter all the way down so that we can engage the frequency modulation. Turn this up a little bit. Turn that attack down just a tiny bit. Right? So now we have that kind of like sort of a crunchier sort of a bass going on, right? Now we can adjust the attack and decay envelope a little bit. So we'll bring the attack up just a little bit. And the decay almost all the way up. Gate once, leave those alone, you know. And that's just to help kind of sculpt Wow, this is really coming through low. Just to kind of help sculpt the volume a little bit there. So, you know, we're pretty much there. The only thing we have left to do, add some resonance. And I like to add a little too much resonance, so I can use a little brute factor. Just fatten it up a little bit. You know what I mean? And then now, at this stage, we can start to tune how much of the sound is being modulated by itself. So I'm actually going to turn these up just a little bit so we can hear a little louder now. Right? So if we turn that metalizer up, it really changes the sound quite a bit. Makes it quite a bit more aggressive, you know? This is one of those ones where I can't think of anything I would want to do to this one to make it different. I really like this one just as it is. You could maybe do something where let's do something like, we'll take LFO2 into, let's see here. You know what? Let's do this. Let's try this. Instead of taking the ADSR into the metal modulation, let's use the ADSR as control voltage for LFO2. Let's set LFO2 to like stupid fast just to hear what's happening, or fast enough anyway. I keep bumping this mic with my head, my big head. Right. So now we'll take the output from the voltage controlled amplifier or attenuator or whatever the heck it's supposed to be called, and then we'll take that into the metal modulation. And so now you can hear that metalizer. So you can hear that changing over time too. So we can, you know what I mean? Like, so imagine playing a whole bass line, you know, something like, slow that down. So you can hear, you know, it kind of changes over time. I don't like this pattern. You know what I mean? So once again, pretty straightforward patches can net some really interesting, really tasty results. All it takes is a little bit of, you know, just adding just the right amount of this and just the right amount of that. Just like cooking. You can't just use all garlic or all onion or all paprika. You got to use a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and a little bit of that, and a little bit of this, and some salt and pepper, a little bit of lemon juice and a squeeze, a little love. Put some time and care into what you're doing, and the love comes out in your cooking. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically it for this one. As always, experiment, play around, have fun. You know, F around and find out is the name of the game. It's just, you know, the only difference between this and science is that with science, you write it down. That's it. So, you know, be a science nerd. F around. Find out. Okay. Bye.